Hello everyone, this is the Commander, and today I'm going to review Season 2, Episode 6 of The Mandalorian. This episode was called The Tragedy, and so we know something bad is going to happen. This was a shorter episode of just 33 minutes, but it felt pretty long because of all the action in it, and it's probably the best episode yet. So we start out on the Razor Crest, where the Mandalorian is practicing with Grogu to help his skills in the Force. He's got like that knob from the Razor Crest cockpit, and he's using that as something for Grogu to Force pull. And the Mandalorian becomes a little sad here because in the last episode he learned that Grogu was trained before by Jedi, and he's like, oh, I'm not. This isn't the Force guy I've trained that he's been trained by, and that kind of despecializes the bond between the two of them. So then the Razor Crest arrives at Tython. That's where Ahsoka recommended them to go. And so the Razor Crest is landed on the surface. And then the Mandalorian said something funny. He said, we can't land on the place where the stone is. Let's go the rest of the trip with the windows down. And he means by a jetpack. So that's a pretty funny reference there to real life. So then they use the jetpack and they arrive at the stone where Grogu is placed there, and the Mandalorian's like asking him to do its thing, but nothing has happened yet. And then Grogu spots the slave one. Boba is back. We knew this from the episode 1 of the season. We didn't know if he was going to be again in the season, show up again in the season. And I know this might create too many characters. Like too many characters from the past being brought back. I don't think so. I just love seeing all these characters, and it's going to come in handy sometime. And it's Jon Favreau and all these great directors still behind this, so I'm not concerned at all about how this is handled. So then Grogu creates this Force barrier or this blue thing, kind of like the Force meditation in the Jedi Fallen Order video game. And I think he's trying to call other Force users. But then the Mandalorian can't get through this barrier because he's not a Force user, and he goes down to hold off Boba. He does not know this is Boba yet, which is kind of surprising. He's a Mandalorian. He should know that is the ship of a Mandalorian. So then the Mandalorian is shot at by Boba, but Boba does not hit him directly. And then the two meet, and the Mandalorian learns that the person there is Boba Fett. He was suspecting it might be a Jedi of some kind, but no. Fett asks for its armor back, and remember, the Mandalorian still has Boba Fett's armor from episode 1. So then the two have a bit of an argument, like, oh, you're not a Mandalorian, you shouldn't have this and all of that. But as we know, Boba is indeed a Mandalorian. So then Boba said he is a sharpshooter, which is Fennec, who we thought she was dead in season 1, but no, she is not. Boba helped her to bring her back alive. So then Fennec is aimed at Grogu. So then the three all drop their weapons in an agreement, but then the whole argument is kind of put to a pause because an Imperial transport arrives on Tython. So we got some Imperials here now. And so this transport, it kind of looks like the AAL transports from The Force Awakens. It's very similar, but it doesn't look exactly like this. And I think this kind of symbolized the change from the Empire to the First Order. And I wonder if we're going to see that in the Empire. My guess is no. So then, after that, the stormtroopers come marching out and fire at the three of them, Fennec, Boba, and Mando, and the stormtroopers are overrun. They're going against good bounty hunters, and they're just no match. So then Boba gets his like primitive weapon. It's the gaffy stick, which is a weapon from Tatooine that the Tusken Raiders use, and he destroys stormtroopers pretty easily. It's really cool to see him using a primitive weapon, but still being able to destroy these stormtroopers very easily. And something cool for the effects of this scene, it's when he slashes at the stormtroopers with this, the plastoid shadows everywhere. Plastoid is the material that the stormtrooper armor is made out of, and I don't think it's the best material. So yeah, Boba is able to easily kill stormtroopers. And then we see this yellow bomber stormtrooper. I'm not sure if we've seen that before, but he sends this bomb up towards Fennec. But Fennec sends a boulder rolling down, which is a nod to Indiana Jones. And this kills many of the stormtroopers. And then Boba deals with the stormtrooper commander pretty easily, brutally stabbing him. Then we have more Imperial transports coming down towards the surface of Tython, and the Mandalorian goes to the Seeing Stone where Grogu is, but once again he cannot get Grogu. So then we have more fighting with the stormtroopers. Fennec and Mando are surrounded by the stormtroopers, but they use a bomb to deal with them. And then Boba Fett comes back with his armor, his Boba Fett armor. He got it from the Razor Crest, and it's so cool to see him back in his armor. We haven't seen this for forever, and it's so nice that we get Boba back. He had a bigger role in Legends, but he's an iconic character that had so little screen time, and we're getting him back. Hopefully he continues to have a big role in the Star Wars universe. Then he uses a missile to destroy the escaping transports. So, yeah, he aims at this transport, and it's really cool to see those destroyed. Kind of satisfying, actually. And so then we have the Imperial light cruiser firing at Tython, and its goal was to hit the Razor Crest, and it does. Rest in peace, Razor Crest. The Razor Crest is no more. And then the Mandalorian goes to save Grogu, and then the Stormtroopers, who I believe are from Star Wars Legends. I think this is their first appearance in Star Wars canon. We see those guys, which was they appeared in Episode 4. So those guys are coming down, kind of like Iron Man, which probably another nod because Jon Favreau is directing the series, producing the series. So then these Stormtroopers, they want to get Grogu for Dr. Portion's experiment thingy. We don't know too much about the goal of that yet, but they grab Grogu from the stone, and they can grab him because that blue barrier thingy, it's now gone, so anybody can access him. I think he got too tired of trying to use the Force to create this Force call to Force users. So yeah, so then they grab Grogu and take him up to the cruiser. Then Boba hops on the Slave One and pursues the Dark Troopers flying up with their jetpacks, but he's requested by the Mandalorian to stand down because he does not want Grogu to get shot at. So then Boba's shocked to see this Imperial light cruiser. He's like, the Empire is back, which is kind of surprising because he just took down a whole lot of stormtroopers. Kind of weird, but yeah. So then the Mandalorian goes to the ruins of the Razor Crest to get his beskar arrow. He got an episode ago, and then Boba Fett shows the Mandalorian that his father, Jango Fett, as we know, was a foundling, and then the Mandalorian accepts that Boba is indeed a part of the Mandalorians, and he lets him keep the armor. So then Fett says, oh, we haven't finished the deal. We have a debt to repay you. We have to go rescue Grogu. And so then the slave one traveled to Nevarro, which is kind of like the main planet of the series. And the Mandalorian goes to Cara Dune, and he wants to locate Mayfeld, which is one of the bounty hunters, I believe, from last season. And he wants help to get Grogu. But Cara says no, because she's now the Marshal of the New Republic for the planet of Nevarro. But the Mandalorian kind of convinces her by saying Grogu's captured. Yeah, just say Grogu's captured or something, and everybody will do what you say. So then we go back to the light cruiser, where Grogu is in a prison cell, and the Force pushes stormtroopers around. It's just cool to see the power he has. Sometimes he looks so innocent and powerless, but we know really he is quite a developed Force user. Hey, he's 50 years old. He's a middle-aged man. So yeah, but then Moff Gideon comes in and says, "Oh, how you must be tired after all of that Force pushing. Time to go to sleep." And then the stormtrooper stuns Grogu, and Gideon sends a message to Dr. Portion that they have found their donor. So it's still kind of unclear what their goal is. They want a blood donor with a lot of midichlorians, which is like the stuff that creates how powerful you are with the Force. But we don't know what they're gonna do here. Or they're gonna like, I think they're like, if this was like before, they would try to, this was to like bring back Palpatine or something, but no, they're not gonna bring back Palpatine. We're done with that kind of sequel trilogy stuff. So it's probably to create some kind of super trooper or something, a like very powerful Sith trooper or something, or it is some kind of super weapon. We still don't know though, and it will be interesting to see how that plays out. And I don't know that we will know what their goal is by the end of the season. We only have 2 episodes left. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and check out my other channels. And this is the Commander, signing out.